Hello everyone and welcome to today's analysis, the 7th of October. And jeepers, what a day we had yesterday. Jumping right into the chart. On the weekly scale, you can see Bitcoin is just pumping. It is now up to about $55,000 and has broken the resistance level, which in effect now on a weekly scale gives the only target now to be the all-time highs, or sort of the last remaining hurdle. You can see it overshot the 221 moving average a little bit, but it did come into the support. The one thing that we do need to take note of in all this bullishness, it is very important to notice that as you can see, the volume is decreasing, and even through this whole run, coming back to the all-time highs, the volume is not really picking up. That is a negative sign. So, I don't see this rally going up. Even if it does go up to $100,000 or whatever it does, the point is that I think it will come down with quite some ferocity when it does. You can see clearly from once we hit this area here. Every time you look at the red candles, you see the volume on the red candles does surpass that of the green candles. So what I mean by that is that the red days, the volume are much more intense than that of the green days. So just expect the moves down to be much more intense. But for now, I am all bullish. Looking at the one-day chart, you can see that we are starting to move towards oversold levels. Not quite there yet. Stochastic isn't oversold, but also same price action, moved past the resistance. And if this comes back to test the support, I can make this little box green and start getting a new range. On the 4-hour chart, of course, that is the big pump yesterday. And you can now see that Bitcoin is oversold on 4 hours. So, a bit of a pullback, something maybe like that, and then back up wouldn't be strange. Unfortunately, XRP hasn't followed Bitcoin as it often does. As you can see, XRP, when Bitcoin had this rally, actually just looking back at the week, you can see that Bitcoin had this rally that took a few weeks to do. XRP was then stuck behind, and it actually just got sort of lagged behind it, and then suddenly it had this massive green candle to make up for all the gains, and eventually did the same rally. So what I mean by that is that often it seems like XRP has got this sort of a slingshot effect. Bitcoin first draws all the liquidity out of the market, and when Bitcoin kind of stops or slows down, that's when XRP rallies. This is true with most of the altcoins, but certainly with XRP. So XRP is in a good place. You can see that it's above the 21 weekly moving average, and it's got quite a bit to go to get to its resistance level and the previous levels of Bitcoin. So if XRP had to go to the same place where Bitcoin is roughly now, we're looking about a 30 or 40% run. So that is pretty awesome on that front. On the daily scale, XRP is above my resistance line, so that is the one positive thing. So you also above the 200-day moving average, and if it can just keep on consolidating here, the next target should really be up here to $1.30, something in that area. On the 4-hour chart, you can start seeing some bullish divergences playing out. There's a higher high with a lower high. There's actually a little bit of a bearish divergence in there to contradict it. So maybe the best way to look at it is to say this is some sort of an expanding, I think it's called an expanding wedge or triangle, which is bullish. Specifically in this environment is definitely bullish. So I am, as you know, at this point, I am 100% in my position for XRP. So here's the important one, the Bitcoin sort of liquidation chart or funding index. You can now see that the short squeeze is now finally over. So here was the short squeeze. A lot of people don't see this as a short squeeze because they don't think it was fast enough. I don't know if this is not fast enough. It went in, I don't even know how far that went. What was that? That went 30% in a few days. So for me, that was pretty fast. But now what we can see is that the funding rate is starting to get into a positive zone. So as you can see, as soon as funding rate does get into a positive zone, this gives the whales the opportunity to short back into them or to liquidate the longs. But the people are starting to go long more than they are going to go short. You can see that in order for the whales to get the liquidity they require, they need either a lot of people to go short if they wanted to go long, or they needed a lot of people to go long for them to go short. And I would assume the narrative for the next few days would be, or months, would be super bullish, get everybody to go long, possibly go past this all-time high, really build these longs up, and then obviously liquidate everyone down. Unfortunately, this is a dog-eat-dog world, and this is what the whales do. They need you to go long for them to go short. The S&P is looking good. It looks like it's now bounced off this divergence. So it made a lower low with a high low in the RSI on the daily scale. And it's starting to look like maybe there is more upside left for the final quarter of this year. The US dollar is also looking really strong. It is something that is concerning me. You can see this could also almost be a sort of a reverse inverse head and shoulders that might be forming here. Or even if it doesn't form, this is still a bullish sort of price action. You know, with a stronger dollar, it's going to be more difficult for crypto or any stocks to move up. If you can look at the on-chain analysis and you see the exchanges reserve for crypto, you can see this is still very low. It's not really moving, so nobody's sending their crypto into exchanges to sell, which is a good sign. Any asset is supply and demand. If the supply is low, the price will go up. If the supply is high, the price will go down. And if you look at the demand, you can see that the stable coins are still very high. So since I started tracking this, which was at $19 billion, stable coins have now come down to about 16 billion. So it seems like about $3 billion worth of stable coins has been turned into crypto and taken off exchanges. And yeah, that number is going down as the Bitcoin price or the crypto prices are going up. I would expect at some point that this metric's going to start turning the other way around. But anyway, let's keep an eye on that. I'm not 100% sure how to analyze this, but for me it is pretty clear that there's still a lot of buying power on the exchanges left. So based on the XRP not rallying yet, you can clearly see that XRP is still in this bull flag that I showed. And hopefully what will happen now is that it should come back to test this area and then hopefully break out to here. This means that XRP in relation to Bitcoin should have a faster run up now. So if you're absolutely an excellent trader, it would have been great to have been in Bitcoin in the last sort of week or two and then move your assets over to XRP to take advantage of the rally that is possibly coming up. So yeah, in conclusion, I am still very bullish at this moment, but the biggest worry for me right now is the volume on the exchanges. The volumes are going down, which is a bad sign. So I am hoping for an uptake in volume to sort of accompany this move. Or otherwise, we just have to be careful that there isn't sort of bearish divergences forming at some point. So once crypto starts breaking its all-time highs, you can need to start thinking of exit strategies. Thank you very much, and let's like and subscribe and share this if this video was any use to you.